Hello and welcome back to this channel. In a number of recent videos, we've seen and said that the cutoff numbers established for the month of October 2024 as part of the DV 2025 program were very high. We even saw the consequence of the high establishment of the cutoff numbers. That is, those cutoff numbers have been maintained for 3 months running in the DV 2025 program. So we can say that the cutoff numbers established for the month of October 2024 as part of the DV 2025 program were not justified. Now, the question is, if those cutoff numbers are not justified, then why were they established in the first place? That is what we will be considering in this video. Now, in a past video, I shared with you that in the diversity visa program, there are things that we get to know and analysis we conduct based on experience and observation. So there is an event that took place sometime last year concerning the DV 2024 program. It is actually an update concerning the DV 2024 program. In a moment, we will consider that update. In that update, we have what could be the most likely reason why the DV 2025 October 2024 cutoff numbers were established very high. Now, just to give you a background to the update in question, it concerns the suspension of submission of documents to KCC. The update was intended to inform diversity visa applicants beginning with DV 2024 applicants that they are no longer to submit documents to KCC as part of their diversity visa application process. So now let's go over and consider that update and the part that could be the most likely reason why the October 2024 cutoff numbers were established so high by the visa office. So this is the update, and it says document submission to KCC suspended for DV 2024 and onward. Now, we are not discussing the suspension of the submission of documents to KCC, but as I said to you earlier, this update contains what could be the most likely reason why the DV 2025 October 2024 cutoff numbers were established very high. We are not going to read the entire update, just the part that concerns the issue being discussed. And it says, the department recently completed a review of the document review process in consultation with overseas posts, which shows that by eliminating this step, and the step referred to is the submission of documents to KCC, KCC can increase the number of DV appointments scheduled during the early months of the program year. That's the important part. KCC can increase the number of DV appointments scheduled during the early months of the program year. Now, what that tells us is that the State Department actually has the intention of increasing the number of interviews scheduled during the first 3 months or the early months of the diversity visa program year. And that could be the most likely reason why they increased the cutoff numbers for the month of October 2024 to allow many cases to become current for interview, because that could be a way of achieving their objective. But what I think they did not take into consideration is the most important factor that determines the number of interviews that will be scheduled during the month. Recently, I spoke about visa availability. Now, when I speak of visa availability, it is not in reference to the 55,000 visas that are available for the entire fiscal year. It is actually monthly visa availability. In other words, the number of visas that are made available on a monthly basis or for the month in question. And that depends on what the embassies or consulates intend to achieve during the month in question. If the embassies and consulates intend to conduct many diversity visa interviews during a month, then for that month, many visas will be made available. And in that case, we say visa availability, that is monthly visa availability, is high. And on the other hand, if the embassies and consulates intend to conduct just a few diversity visa interviews, then only a few visas will be made available for the month concerned. And in that case, we say visa availability for that month is low. So when I speak about visa availability, that is what I mean. Now, as I shared with you in a recent video, during the early months of the diversity visa program, the embassies and consulates, for one reason or another, generally go about interviewing low numbers of diversity visa cases. So if the State Department intends to schedule many interviews during that same period, then their focus should be on what the embassies aim to achieve and not just by raising the cutoff numbers for the month in question. Because you could raise the cutoff numbers very high, make many cases current for interview, but if the embassies and consulates are not prepared or have not planned to host large numbers of interviews, then your plan of having many interviews scheduled and conducted will not work. And what it will result in is the maintaining or the repeat of the cutoff numbers as we have so far seen in the DV 2025 program. Now, that is another aspect of the October cutoff numbers that I decided to share with you in today's video. For today, that is all. That brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching it. See you, God willing, in the next one. Goodbye.